Hello everybody, my name is TitansBane, and today we're going to be doing something a little different. I am going to be taking a little break from Vampire the Masquerade, and I wanted to try this out. This is a free visual novel game on Steam called Z.A.T.O, I Love the World and Everything in It. I discovered this game from a random tweet on Twitter. Someone had posted a tweet mentioning a certain video, I guess like a video analysis or whatever someone did for this game, and so I looked it up on Steam, and it looked interesting enough that I wanted to try it and play it on the channel. Hmm. So like I mentioned, this is a visual novel, so that means it's gonna be a lot of reading, and based on what I read in the Steam page description, there are no choices, and there's only one ending. It's just one linear story. So I mean, I guess that's good for me, so I don't need to replay this game like 1,000 times just to find the true ending. Like Doki Doki Literature Club, which has been on hiatus for like 1,000 years, and I don't know if I'll ever go back to that. Maybe one day, but anyways, point is, we're gonna be playing this for a while. According to what it said, this is around like a 7 to 8 hour thing, so it's kind of short. So hopefully we'll be able to get through it in a reasonable time. Well, knowing my schedule, that'll be like 30 months. Anyways, so other than what I read in the Steam page description, I don't know anything else about this game. I have not looked up anything. I don't know nothing. All I know is that the game takes place in 1986 in the USSR, and it's about the disappearance of some girl that went missing. That's all I know. I didn't even bother looking up the character descriptions or anything. I don't know nothing. All I know is that just, 1986 USSR. Do want to apologize in advance, since I'm assuming, since this is going to be set in the USSR, that there's going to be a lot of Russian names and stuff. So I apologize in advance to any viewers that either speak Russian or are from Russia, and any Russians that may be watching this video. I apologize in advance for mispronouncing and butchering any names, as I don't speak any language other than English, so I'm really sorry. Really sorry. Anyways, let us begin. I just want to check. Let's make the text speed a little bit more. Yeah. All right, so let's begin. Z.A.T.O, I love the world and everything in it. Snowflakes. It's gonna be Silent Hill. It's gonna be ashes everywhere. Did you know that our sun is a very unusual star? To start with, it's a yellow dwarf. Those constitute for just 7 to 10% of all stars in the universe. It's an outlier even among those. Most yellow dwarfs are primarily covered with dark spots. The sun isn't. The majority of its surface is bright. In fact, it has 3 times the number of light spots than it does dark spots. Sure, its overall brightness index is nothing special. You could even call it underwhelming compared to other stars of its type. But even so, it works harder than most to shine as bright as it can. And I find that really cute. I like this music. It's really good. I don't remember where I read about this. It must have been some newspaper from years ago. But that small piece of trivia still pops in my mind whenever I look up at the morning sky. It's not much of a view, to be honest. Not much of a sky. Not much of a sun. I guess that's the kind of region it is. Some people say the sun is just lazing around in our parts. What with the constant snow. But people that go around saying that, well, they clearly haven't read that newspaper. The more I thought about things like that and the more I learned, the more I realized how incredible everything is. I'm not just saying that to mean amazing. I mean improbable. You can't deny the world is full of great coincidences. It's to the point where I've begun to ask myself how much of it we can attribute to pure chance. The universe was so kind as to give us both a star and a planet with the perfect conditions for sentient life. Just the slightest fluctuation in the composition of our atmosphere, the size of the globe, or the distance between Earth and the Sun, and none of the beauty surrounding us would exist. Some would call it a miracle. Water, fire, air, and dirt. Fucking magnets. How do they work? And of course, that's a lovely way to put it. God damn it, Insane Clown Posse. God damn it, Homestuck. But isn't that giving the world we're living in too little credit? But it's not that I subscribe to that but it's not that I subscribe to the anthropic principle or anything. I'm guessing that's how you pronounce that word. Anthropic principle or anything. I'm not so arrogant as to believe the universe exists just for our sake. Or rather, I'm not so sure it exists solely to be observed. When a baby is born, it's not preoccupied with how it is perceived. That conscious need emerges later as the child develops self-awareness. I mean, that is true. Because, like, let's be real here, like, how many people actually remember anything about when they were a baby? Because that is true, like, there is a huge time gap between when you were born and to where you first actually do develop, you know, your conscious self-awareness. You know, when you actually realize, oh, hey, I can talk, I can move, I can see things, I can remember stuff. They're like, I mean, granted, my own memory of my childhood days is very, very blurry and hazy, to the point where I can only remember bits and pieces. Like, I've known people that can remember lots of things. I've seen people that can remember so many things about their childhood, you know, from when they were like 7 to, you know, whatever, like from 6, 7, 8, whatever. I can't recall anything from beyond that. I can barely remember my high school days. I can't even remember my college days, to be frank. Well, my high school and college days I can recall a bit better. Not by much. Like, I easily forget about stuff, but stuff from elementary school, that's all gone. Like, almost pretty much all gone. I only remember certain, like, bits and pieces. But yeah, that is true, like, yeah. Until that point, its curiosity is aimed at its surroundings. So if anything, it's the opposite of what the anthropic principle entails. We're social creatures, so the need to be observed makes sense for our survival. But to say the universe itself shares that priority, it just doesn't make sense to me. Although, you can also think about it this way. A child is curious about the world because it perceives the world as external. But what if the child is the world? What if all that it could ever observe existed within itself? What can the all-encompassing universe be curious about? There's nothing but itself, so nothing... Wait, there's nothing but itself, so nothing but itself. There's nothing else to care about in the whole wide world. I guess you could look at it like that. Yeah, like, because again, you know, like the whole, like again, like, as far as the baby is concerned, like nothing else really, like, yeah, like, until you develop, like, your conscious self, like, everything is just basically instinct? I guess that's the right way to say it? Like, everything is just instinct at that point for the baby, and it's not actively thinking, because again, like, the real thoughts and the real consciousness is not fully developed until, like, a little bit later on. And then yeah, I guess like at that point it's just basically instinct, like a primal nature. I guess you could look at it that way. I think that's what it's trying to say. I might totally be wrong. I might just be spouting crap, random nonsense that might not be related to what this is saying. But I think that's how I'm interpreting it. I could be wrong, but you know, that's what I'm thinking. It is the world. Duh. Oh, wait, now this makes perfect sense. If I put it like that, I guess the universe has no choice but to be self-centered. Even if this wasn't the case when it was born, what if the universe developed a desire to be perceived by others as it matured? The same way that a child would. And what do we do when we want others to perceive us a certain way? We try to mold ourselves accordingly. Damn, that kind of hit a little too hard, goddamn. I think I get it now. The universe gradually felt the desire to be seen. It wanted to be admired, loved, and observed, because there's nothing more a world can do but to observe itself. It's the best and only pastime there is as far as the world is concerned. Okay, going back to the baby analogy, I guess you can also look at it that way, because I guess you could also think of it because, again, the whole thing about babies, you know, they do all kinds of things that, for an adult, I guess, would just be random nonsense and nonsensical stuff. You know, babies cry, they laugh, they mess around, they explore, they do all kinds of things that I guess, like, to an adult, just probably looks nonsense. Or it's just like, oh, it's just babies being babies. But, you know, could there be, like, an actual, like, again, you know, maybe it's primal nature, instinct, you know, could there actually be, like, some form of, like, intent with what babies do and the things that they do? Like, throwing out a random example, like the movie Baby Geniuses. If you've ever seen the movie Baby Geniuses, you know that how in that movie, like, and it's just a movie, sci-fi kind of thing, but, you know, I'm just throwing out there as an example of what I'm talking about. The movie Baby Geniuses, to the humans, like, they're just, when babies are talking to each other, they're just going blah, you know, blah, 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 you know, goo goo gaga, blah, blah stuff. But in the movie, the babies are actually talking to each other because the babies can understand their language, because the humans can't understand baby language, but they are actually talking to each other. So I guess if you think of it like that, it's like, could the babies actually have some kind of, like, intent in stuff that they're doing? Like, hey, it's like, hey, I'm doing all this so that the adults can look at me, so that they can give me attention, instead of just being like, oh, I broke the vase I broke the vase because shiny, 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 or, you know, I touched the iron because shiny, shiny. No, I did it because I want the adults to pay attention to me. So, so yeah, it's the best and only pastime there is as far as the world is concerned. And if observation is good, more observation is even better. Of course, an endless universe can observe itself endlessly. You can say that its observation value equals infinity. That value may seem absolute, but it isn't really, not in mathematics. Infinity plus 1 exists, to infinity and beyond. It's a value that the universe could never reach as a singular, albeit infinite observer. So it had to create new finite observers to add to its infinity. It needed to create sentient life. Sentient life is the plus 1. When I put it like that, it sounds like all of us are extras at a party. Now, isn't that fun? This vast, mighty universe changed itself so meticulously to make new observers possible. It fine-tuned all of its systems so precisely, just to have us here. It worked so hard just to share its one joy with us worthless insects. Oh no. Oh no, this can't be. That's cute. That's really cute. I should have expected this. I should have known the infinite universe would be infinitely cute. This world truly is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Teacher. Ira... Ira Grachevskia? Grachevskia? I'm gonna, again, I apologize. I'm gonna be butchering and not saying these kind of words correctly. I'm really sorry. Ira Kresheshkia is missing. Huh? I look up from my desk. A little hum runs through the class. Kresheshkia. What? Seriously? She's just skipping? Nah, she ran off with that one guy. You saw? No, but come on, you know. No, but come on, you know her. She's totally... Silence! The teacher taps, The teacher taps her journal on the desk. Ira's parents filed the report yesterday night. They haven't seen her since she left for school. Another round of whispers. The teacher raises her voice. So if any of you have any information that might help in finding Ira, please report it to the teacher's office or the police after class. That is all. On to the lesson. A chair creaks in the back. Wait. You really expect us to just study like normal after hearing that? Yeah. Yeah, we're shocked, you know. We're worried sick. Seriously, our classmate's missing. Our friend. Our Irochka. I'm gonna keep apologizing because again, I don't speak Russian. I don't know how to pronounce Russian stuff. So again, I'm gonna keep apologizing because I just feel bad for messing up these names. The room fills with repulsive giggles. So he okay, giggles. So I'm guessing he's just an asshole. Cut it out. Garin, sit back down. Teacher's voice sounds just as dry as it did when she broke the news. She turns towards the blackboard to write down the date. We all know the situation will probably resolve itself just fine. So let's not act dramatic. Wow, the teacher does not give a shit. If you have anything valuable to say, I'll be happy to hear it in the office. She puts the chalk down and begins the lesson. It's December 19th. Burr flies past the window. Disappearance. Give me a break. Aren't you supposed to wait 3 days or something? That's a myth. You can file a missing report whenever, especially if it's a kid. Oh yeah? Hey, let's report each other as missing and see who they find first. Ha! You're on. No, but seriously, what's with the sudden hubbub? So she didn't come home. Big deal. I thought wandering off was her whole thing. Right? That's just Krishashkia for you. Bet her parents just want some attention. Like they need any more of that. I've heard of some weird cases. Yeah, never say never. Yeah, never say... Jesus Christ, hold on. Yeah, never say never. Crazy is genetic. Okay, so... From what I'm understanding of this is that... Looks like Ira and her family are, I guess, maybe the social outcasts. Or the social outcasts of wherever this story takes place in. And I'm guessing everybody's like, who gives a shit if they're missing because, you know, that's just their thing. Yeah, never say never. Crazy's genetic. You think she's some crack house now? Jesus Christ. This guy's an asshole. Haha, no way. Do we even have any? I wish. At least there'd be something fun to do. Honestly. Hey. But she's like, for sure with the guy, right? The guy? You don't know? A bunch of people have seen them together. Some older dude, he's like 30 or something. Ew. You serious? Yeah, it's so trashy. I slowly walk behind my classmates as we head to the next lesson. It's irritating. Their conversation is ticking me off. I'm not sure why, because they're being jerks. It's not as if they're making any sense. It's not unusual for Ira to wander off somewhere on her own. I'm not treating this news with any real gravity. Really, I'm no better than them. There is a trace of worry in my head, but it isn't directed toward Ira. Instead, When I first heard about her disappearance, the thought that flashed into my mind was rather ugly. You thought of her died? Now nobody will come to save me. What? Gross. But regardless of what people are... Oh, sorry. But regardless of what people are saying, and regardless of what I personally think, that's still a missing person. Her poor parents must be so worried. Just picturing it makes me feel glum. I'm not surprised Ira would just run off somewhere without telling anybody, but still... It's not like we've ever been friends. It would be stranger if I acted all torn up about it, right? Just that kind of person. Always getting herself into trouble. Always hanging out in places she's not supposed to be at. They're right. This wouldn't be the first time Ira left for God knows where. But is it really true? The stuff they said about that older man? I've never even seen or heard anything like that. Even though this whole time, I suppose it's plausible knowing how some girls are. Even so, I've never thought Ira would be the type to be love-struck like that. Love-struck, huh? When I put it that way, then it's almost... Yeah, it's most definitely cute. Ira in love. Forbidden love, too. Wow, I never would have guessed. Never took that girl for a romantic. But she is a girl at the end of the day. And she does like those types of books. So perhaps she was planning to elope all along? Ah, crap. Crap, it's all so complicated. I'm really torn on this, I really am. On one hand, it's super romantic, but it's such beautiful young love with no regard for what anyone thinks. It's so incredible. It's incredibly cute. But, on the other hand, I'm really sad. It's selfish and it's dumb, but if Ira was really gone, it's like I've got nothing to hope for anymore. So now that makes me wonder, like, what our protagonist's, like, connection with Ira is. She just said they're not really friends, but it seems like, based on what she's saying, it seems like they must have hung out or talked to each other at the very least. Like, maybe just, like, as casual acquaintances or something. Like, they wouldn't consider themselves friends, but I guess, like, they talk to each other enough because maybe they're the only, like, to each other, they're the only ones that they can tolerate. Versus everybody else in the school. Hey, Stubina. Huh? You know anything about this? No. Why would I? Well, you two were pretty close, right? Okay, so they are close. But according to our character, they're not friends. So again, possible theory, they're just acquaintances that just tolerate each other. Well, you two were pretty close, right? Their whole group chuckles. We weren't... No, not at all. Really? Really? I thought you two were... Wow. I'm not gonna say that. I'm going to ignore that. I'm just... Really? I thought you two were blank. I'm not saying that. What? They all erupted in laughter. We weren't... We didn't even talk. Vadim, you dumbass. Francesca's screwing the old guy. She ain't like that. I don't know, some chicks swing both ways. You never know these days. It's... Look at her face. Chill out, Shabina. We're just kidding, jeez. Why are you getting so scared anyways? You really are a lesbo or something. I don't know, like, I'm conflicted because I don't think this word is as bad as the other one, but now I'm a little conflicted at saying that. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, that. I'm not... Now, in the grand scheme of things, I know this is just a game. I know this is just a story. And from all the reviews I've seen of this game, it's got an overwhelmingly positive thing on Steam. And everybody seems to have... And based on what little I've seen of people talk about it, it's... you know, based on what reviews, it seems like this game is, like, very well loved from pretty much everyone. And again, I know that this is just a story and all that. I just want to say those kind of words because I'm just not comfortable saying that kind of stuff. So if I see, I will point this out, that if I see any words that I personally would not say in real life, or just not personally comfortable with, I'm just gonna say blank, and I'm not gonna say them. Just for my personal thing. I just want to point that out there. So you know, if I'm not saying certain words, you know, that's why. I'm not. They just keep laughing. What can I even say to that? No matter what I do, they just keep laughing. If Ira came in through the door right now and heard what they were saying, all hell would break loose. I mean, she only disappeared a day ago. She's probably just coming late today. She doesn't even know there's a missing report. Maybe she has already left her lover's place. Maybe she's trudging through our snowy schoolyard as we speak. No, she's already inside. She's already left her wet puffy jacket in the cloakroom. Now she's going down the corridor. The stairs to the left. That's right, she's coming. She's gonna storm in any minute now. Right, that's it. I hear her. I can hear her footsteps. She's coming. Ira's coming. What's with that face? You look like you're holding in a shit. Ah, she's totally a blank. Is it really as bad as the other one? For like if it was like lesbian or whatever, then then I'd be like, okay, I can say that, but I'm just gonna say blank. I don't know. I'm conflicted. Like, on one hand, like, I feel like that's fine to say, but on the other hand, I'm like, I don't know, so I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna say blank. She's totally a blank. I'm not. I've never talked to her, I told you. The steps walk past the classroom. The steps walk past the classroom. Now that they're closer, they don't sound like her at all. They never sounded like her in the first place. Well, maybe not with her, but like in general. Yeah, you don't have a boyfriend, right, Shabina? Why is that? And again, when I think about it, like, again, this game is supposed to take place in 1986, so, and even more so, this is the USSR, so I guess they would, like, saying stuff like that, I guess would be common to hear for that kind of language back then, but still, me personally, just don't want to say that kind of stuff. Yeah, you don't have a boyfriend, right, Shabina? Why is that? Huh? I don't know. I just... do look at her. Be real. Come on, don't say that. What? You want to be her boyfriend? Hey, Shabina, want to go out with Igor? Of course, there's an Igor. What? You want to be her boyfriend? Hey, Shabina, want to go out with Igor? Oi. What? Come on, he's a great guy. Listen, man, anybody in your friend group, like you and your entire friend group, I would be shocked if any of you had girlfriends. Like, well, then again, I mean, a lot of, I don't even know where I'm going with that train of thought, but any sane person would not go anywhere near you guys with a 10-foot pole, because you're all a bunch of jerks. Come on, he's a great guy. Right, Igor? You treat her right. Piss off, man. I'm not doing this. I bite my tongue. Here I go again. Bad habit. It's not like it works anyway, so why do I keep doing it? I plopped down at my desk and started mindlessly flipping through the textbook. I need to stop indulging fantasies like that. It just makes me feel stupid every time. If I ever came in through that door and beat them up right then and there, would it really help my case? It probably keeps saying those same things behind her back, and to my face. I guess it really would be for the worse. Yeah, I shouldn't have wished for that. If Ira saw that, it would just add fuel to the fire. So it's a good thing that she didn't interfere. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a really great thing. I mean, personally, I would hope she just. I mean, personally, I hope Ira does come in and just beats the shit out of them because they deserve it. They're assholes. At least these guys don't bother me for the rest of the day. Everyone's too preoccupied with gossip. Can't focus on studying either. I keep thinking. The last time I saw Ira, the teacher says her parents saw her leaving in the morning. She didn't show up to class. That part's nothing new. Ira has always had a bad attendance record. Oh, excuse me. So I assume she skipped as usual. And went to see that man they talked about? Did she go to him right away? Because in that case, yesterday evening... Go home, Asya? I'm gonna assume that's how you pronounce her name, Asya? The teacher's office, was it? I'm kind of scared of going straight to the police. But I should probably report that. Not sure if it'll be of any help. And for some reason, the idea of telling anyone what I saw, something about it just doesn't sit right with me. There's no logical reason for that. I need to get over myself. Sure, she's probably fine. I know that. Freaking everyone knows that. If she's not, well... I'm gonna regret it big time. But I also might be tearing star-crossed lovers apart. But I might also be tearing star-crossed lovers apart. Ira really ran away to be with someone that she cares about so deeply, away from society's ridicule. Would it really be right to ruin it? Crap. I have to admit, I'm also a little judgmental. I mean, it's really beautiful. I do believe that judging love like that is ugly, ugly, ugly. But whenever I start to consider it closely, I just can't brush up how much older that man is. I can't. I'm really no better than the rest. Wait, that's it! So that's why I don't want to tell anyone about what I saw. Oh, what did you see? It must be the good in me screaming, don't ruin their good fortune. They're probably so happy to get her right now, it's none of your business. Gosh, yes, that must be it. That explains everything. Should I follow my heart then? Should I keep silent? It's not as if what I had seen will make a difference. Well, what did you see? It was kind of inconsequential. There's no point in telling anyone about it at all. It's not the kind of information that points to any particular location or culprit. Not that there is one. But let's keep silent, everyone will be happy. I'll be happy. The good irrational me will be happy. And the cold reasonable me will be happy as well. Yep. Good job, Asya. You solved it. It sure is nice to have a clean conscience. Well, no need to loaf around here any longer. Guess I better head home. Counterpoint. Oh shit. Objection. Objection. Dun 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 dun. Counterpoint. Counterpoint. What if? Bear with me here. What if Ira's actually missing? Despite all odds, there's always a possibility that she is in danger. There's even the tiniest chance that my report will help in finding her, then that info is worth providing. And if she really did elope with her beloved, then my testimony won't change a thing. It's worthless at worst. It's true. If I carefully weigh the pros and cons, if I carefully weigh the pros and cons, that off chance of Ira being in danger and my words being the key to saving her makes for a strong argument. Oh, I know Kung Fu. Well, my words being the key to saving her. Wow. Yeah, that would be so amazing. And then I'd come and visit her in the hospital, and she wouldn't even know how to thank me. She'd say, I shouldn't have. Wait, what? Hold on. And then I'd come and visit her in the hospital, and she wouldn't even know how to thank me. She'd say I shouldn't have. She'd say, I told you to leave me alone, dummy. But then I'd just shake my head and respond, it's nothing. I was just doing what I'm supposed to. I gotta come up with something cooler. I gotta come up with something 20% cooler. No, I gotta come up with something cooler. I need to think about that. Wait. Why is she in the hospital? Do I hope Ira ends up in the hospital? Please, of course not. I don't need my freaking testimony to save her. Oh, my testimony is useless because she's already home. Or is calling home, telling her parents how happy she is with the love of her life. That's what I hope for. I keep having stupid thoughts today. At least I know what I should do now. I've made my decision. I'm going to the teacher's office. Where was it again? Doubt they expect anyone to come. I'll probably look kind of silly. Wouldn't be the first time. Well, who cares? Walking, down to the staircase, to the right, down the hall. There's that teacher's office. Oh? A girl. There's a girl standing there, right by the door. I think I've seen her before. Is she an upperclassman? Our town is really tiny, and so is our school. If I were a better person, I would know her name. She turns to look at me. Not sure what she's expecting, so I nod a little. Is there a queue? Queue? To the office. Oh. Oh no. I'm just waiting for someone. Ah, okay. Really digging the music in this game. Hey. What? You're Asya, right? Yes. How did you know? That's kind of a loaded question. How do we know anything? I mean, it's not like we have lots of faces to remember here. You know me too, right? Sorry. Really? Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It's not that I don't care to remember everyone's names. I just don't know where other people get them from. They say that in tiny cities like this, everyone knows each other, but that's just not true. We learn about the people outside of our immediate circle through gossip or common friends. I haven't made any new ones since the day Tosia left. Tasia? I'm gonna say Tosia. Tosia left. And gossip. Sure, sometimes I overhear my classmates chatting about this and that, but I don't like listening to them. I don't like their voices, so I try not to pay them too much attention. Girl is like me, for real. I don't pay attention to anything else. I just be in my own little world and ignore everybody else. Unless they're my friends, I don't give a shit about what other people say. Wait. When I put it like that, it kinda does sound like my fault. My point is, when people regurgitate the idea of everyone knows everyone, the word everyone doesn't include me. The name's Marina. I say Marina, but it also could be like Marina. I'll say Marina. The name's Marina. Oh, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. You got something to share about Rocheshkia? How did you know? What do you mean, how? We had an announcement, same as you. They told us to report to the teachers and all. Ah, I see. For some reason, I thought they only broke the news to us, Ira's classmates. But it makes sense that they'd at least give the upperclassmen a heads up, just in case they happen to know her. Which means... you also know something about Ira? Yep. Ah, that's great. So you talked to the teachers already? Sure did. Wow. And what did you tell them? Tisk. That's between me and the investigation. You can't just spout info like that out in the open, Asya. The walls got ears. Oh. I understand. Sorry. Okay, well, you don't have to apologize. Crap. I'm making an awful first impression. Not only did I not know her name like I was supposed to, but now I look like I don't know the first thing about vigilance. Who am I kidding? I really don't. I'll just, go in then. Marina suddenly blocks my path. No, you won't. I'm sorry? You're not telling them anything. She gestures with her finger. She gestures with her finger to the tact of each syllable. Why? Because. bad feeling stirs up in my chest. Please don't tell me it's gonna be the same thing as my classmates. Is this because I acted rude? I didn't mean to. Well, I never mean to. I just can't help it, can I? We just met and I've already managed to mess everything up. Damn it, damn it, damn it! Desperately search her face for signs of mockery. But weirdly, I can't find any. I've been waiting for you. Huh? Surprised? Of course I am. No, wait. This has to be some ruse. Some stupid ruse. Like, I'm gonna believe this girl, and then she'll just, like, I'm gonna believe this girl, and then she'll just laugh in my face about it. I'm serious. Ira told me about you. Really? Yeah. Oh gosh, they talked about me? Wow. I'm shocked Marina is being as friendly as she is, considering the kind of description Ira could give. Wait. Does this mean that she's a friend of Ira's? Oh, excuse me. For some reason, I never thought about her having any. Oh, excuse me. For some reason, I never thought about her having any. At least not at school. That was, really presumptuous of me. Wonder what Ira's like when she's with friends. I know you saw her yesterday. I figure you'd want to report it, so I ran here as soon as classes ended. I guess it'd be easier to catch you between lessons, but, I got so caught up in all those stupid rumors. It kind of slipped my mind. She knows? What? Hey, what matters is that it all worked out. So why are you stopping me? Aha! Well, Marina looks around the empty corridor before lowering her voice. If you tell them about yesterday, you'll make everything worse. Huh? Well then. So according to Asia, what she saw was what she considered inconsequential, but according to Marina, she's like, nah, if you tell them, then you're gonna fuck everything up. Let's not talk about this in front of the office, okay? Come on, let's go. She takes a step back and beckons me with her hand. I'm not sure what she has in mind, but it doesn't seem like a prank. Still, wait. I know Ira's probably fine, but isn't it better to play it safe? Faster we share all we know of everyone, the... Quiet, you! I just said we shouldn't talk about this stuff where the adults can hear. What? Hold on, I'm just jamming out to the music, goddamn. I already said it, but music is really good. Marina grabs my hand and starts dragging me down the corridor. She's not exactly being quiet either. All of my stumbled protests. Oh, goddamn. Holy shit, this music. Oh, I keep getting distracted because the music is so good. All of my stumbled protests sound so weak, they might as well be white noise to the other girl. Yes, I spent half the day doubting whether I should report. Yes, I spent half the day doubting whether I should report it all. So what? I carefully examined my options and came to my own conclusion. I deserve to see it through. I deserve to testify. But some part of me is relieved that the ultimate choice was made for me. I mean, the silly good feeling I thought I overcame with reason has come out on top. So there was something to it in the end. So I was right. My heart was right. Sure, I can't actually know that, but since I'm yet to hear what Marina has to say, but this can't be pure chance, can it? And if it's not, what does it actually hinge on? Did Marina show up because the world needed to stop me for the sake of something more important? Or did Marina show up because I subconsciously wished for something for anything that stopped me? Whatever it was, I guess I don't mind this after all. I think I'll stick to the grander narrative angle for the time being. The world bending itself to the will of some worthless, gnat is a preposterous idea. But it wouldn't be the first time for me, would it? And the fact that the world, for any reason, has decided to guide me towards the right path? That's so endlessly sweet. Down the stairs, to the lobby, to the coat room. I don't resist anymore. Marina drags me along and I can feel my doubt turning to excitement. This is definitely the right path. This girl knows about Ira. I want to know more about Ira too. The whole wide world wants me to know. Oh. Aw. Z.A.T.O. I love the world and everything in it. Episode 1. Ira. I wonder how many episodes there are in total. Oh god, what the fuck happened? What the hell is your problem? Everyone is looking from Ira to Garin to the chair that just crashed on the floor next to the boy, barely missing him. Huh? Francesca, the fuck? Is she insane? Somebody call the teacher. I'm guessing they had a fight. Not paying any mind to the commotion that has filled the classroom, Ira stormed towards Garin. Her face is contorted with rage. Before he can react, she rips the notepad from his hand and slams it on my desk. I hastily grab onto it. Read that again and I'll kick your teeth in. Huh? Are you nuts? Ira doesn't respond. For a second, she just glares at him and turns around and stomps back to her desk. Classmates who were caught up in a laughing fit just a moment ago are now watching her in silent bewilderment. They scoot out of her way as she retrieves her bag, then heads towards the door. Crazy bitch! She ignores him. Ah! Francesca, what are you doing? Bump. Hey! Ira forcefully pushes past the teacher. You! Francesca! What? What do you think you're doing? Your parents will hear about this. Her threats fall on deaf ears. So we got to... Okay, so we've seen that little bit of... So it definitely seems like Ira is definitely, like, just from that... Like, just from what we can gather from what everybody says so far about her, and just from that little bit that we've seen there, it does seem like... And it does seem like Ira is the kind of person, like... I guess maybe you could say delinquent? I don't know if delinquent would... I mean, just based on that little scene, I guess we can go with delinquent. Or at the very least, you know, she seems to be the type that's just like, she just does not take shit from anybody. And definitely, as we saw, if she's throwing a damn chair at Vadim, then she's definitely capable of being able to take care of herself and handle herself against anybody. And at the very least, if based on what that encounter was about, it seems like Vadim stole something from Asia that belonged to her, which I would assume maybe it's like a diary or journal or something, and I guess he decided to read it out loud, and she defended Asia. So at the very least, Ira does seem like the type of person that, I guess maybe for somebody that she probably cares, like, either she just doesn't tolerate bullying at all when she sees it, or she cares enough about Asia that she will defend her against somebody like Vadim, or, you know, it could simply just be that she just hates Vadim. She just hates Vadim and just wants to do anything to spoil his fun or something. I don't know. Either way, she helped Asia, so she can't be that bad if she's willing to defend Asia and give her back her notepad like that. So she can't be all that bad. Everyone knew Francesca. She's always been like that, I think. No, not throwing chairs around. Ira had no regard for the rules that everyone's supposed to follow. Okay, yeah, so she's like a rebel type person. I guess they call someone like her a problem child. Parents got a lot of flack for it. It's only normal in a town like ours. Not just because of its small size, but because of its, let's say, exclusivity. Vorkuta 5 prides itself on its virtually non-existent crime rate. Damn. That's the natural consequence of nobody being allowed to enter or exit without a permit. Huh. Is this fucking Papers, Please? It's Papers, Please. You can't leave, you can't go in unless you have the passport. Unless you got your papers. You're lucky to be here to have You're lucky to be here to have a salary higher than the national average, to have access to goods people in the neighboring towns can't even dream of. Few get afforded such a privilege. Last time I checked, our population hasn't even hit 6,000. So when someone like Ira appears on this tiny society's radar, she's not just seen as a delinquent. She's a puzzling stain on a community that's meant to be spotless. Like a weed that sprouted in a painstakingly maintained flower garden. Of course, it's not as if she had appeared out of thin air. It's all in the family, they say. The blame falls on the people responsible, that is, on Ira's parents. And questions begin to arise. Why is Krzyzewski's daughter behaving like this? Is there trouble at home? Do they believe this is acceptable? Do they not teach her discipline? Do they not understand how fortunate they are? They've been granted so much, yet they can't do the bare minimum in raising their own child. Do they really want to be here? Do we want them to be here? I've heard a lot of talks like that. I've heard more after Ira threw the chair at Garin. I didn't get why. Everyone was just having fun. And it was my fault for bringing the notebook anyway. I was hoping to write a little in the library once school was done, but my bag slipped and all of the contents scattered on the floor. Of course they would get curious about it. Of course they want to read the silly things I wrote. It's not a big deal. It's not like I've ever taken poetry or drawing very seriously. Those are just fun distractions, nothing more. If people laugh, well, what's the matter to me? Couldn't wrap my head around it. I couldn't, but I still wanted to thank Ira somehow. She rarely shows up to school, and even when she does, she can just leave at random. Couldn't get a hold of her for a long time because of that. Well, that, and also I was really scared. Ira has never as much as looked at me. Even when she lashed out at Garin, it was like I wasn't even there. 2 weeks after the incident, it finally happened. We crossed paths. I went to the bathroom during some lesson. I think it was bath? I came in through the door. She's smoking a cigarette. And there she was, blowing white smoke through the half-open window. I didn't even know she was at school. Oh. Hi. Ira shot me a disinterested look. Hi. I awkwardly scuttled past her to one of the stalls. After closing the door, I realized I was so nervous I couldn't do any of my business. So I just sat there thinking about how I should approach her. It's not like I had some long conversation or formalities in mind. I just wanted to say thanks, in theory. It should have been easy. But wouldn't that make me look like a weirdo too? Assuming she did all of that for me, that would just make me look self-centered. I had no idea how much time had passed while I was in the stall. Maybe 5 minutes, maybe 20 seconds, but when I heard what sounded like her getting off the windowsill, I swung open the door. Wait! Huh? I froze up, stood next to the window, bag in hand. The cold draft wafted through the hair. The cold draft, wafted through her hair. I had to say something. I got this rare chance. The world gave me this rare chance to tell her what I wanted. But what am I supposed to say? Thank you? After I just tumbled out of a toilet stall? What? She raised an eyebrow. I just stood there with my mouth helplessly open, as if I had just gone mute, as if every word in the Russian dictionary got wiped from my brain. Whatever. No, wait. Please. I took a step towards her and she jolted away like I were a leper. I didn't know what I should say or ask. I just knew I had to say something, even if it was the first thing that popped into my mind. What? What the hell do you want? Isn't it cold? Huh? The windowsill. When you sat smoking there, right by the window. I thought, weren't you cold like that? Eh? She blinks. Not really. Maybe a little. Ah, I thought so. Awkward silence all around. Anything else? No. I mean, yes, I'm sorry that you got in trouble. Huh? Well, I heard you got into a lot of trouble after that. You know, when Garin read my stupid poetry. I'm sorry for that. She eyed me for several seconds, which to me felt like an eternity. She then sighed and slowly flipped her hair back. And why are you apologizing? It had nothing to do with you. Huh? Well, I guess not. His voice was getting on my nerves. I see. I looked down at the tiled floor. He knew that was the case, of course. It's not like I was hoping Ira jumped in to defend my honor or anything of the sort. I wanted to thank her regardless of intent, but no matter how hard I had thought and tried to word it, everything just came out sounding awkward or wrong. Why does this always happen? The soles of her boots squeaked against the floor. She spun around and walked towards the door, and this time I made no attempt to stop her. Your poetry isn't stupid. Huh? Slam. So is she like a tsundere type character? I stood there dumbfounded. Did she just say that? Did I hear it right? Her poetry isn't stupid. Does that mean she likes it? Ira likes my poetry? Ira Krachashki? Or Krachashkia? The bell rang and snapped me out of my short-term stupor. I shook my head. Right, I need to get back to the classroom. I doubted Ira was going to be at the next lesson. I washed my hands from nothing in particular. So it definitely seems like that Ira's like it could be like a case of like Ira's just like very she's possibly like put up a wall and a mask and just keeps herself guarded. Like she might be the type that's like not very good at like expressing how she feels and emotions, and so maybe she's also like the type that just like lashes out. Or maybe she's just afraid of people getting too close to her, and so she uses that as a way, like a self-defense kind of mechanism kind of thing. Maybe we'll learn more about that as that goes on. Weeks passed. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way, sat through the lessons, then went to the store, then to the library or for a walk. And then, when it got dark, I headed home. Day after day. Huh? My notebook. I just left to get a snack from the cafeteria. Where did it go? Oh, Shabina. We borrowed your homework for a second. You don't mind, right? It's fine. And definitely Asya seems to be the type where she just allows people to just do whatever they want. To her, like, she definitely seems like the type that's just like, she just goes along with it because she doesn't want to cause trouble, I guess. Thanks. By the way, is this supposed to be you? He lifts a scrap of paper up to me. Oh no, I forgot I left it in there. No, it's just a drawing. Yeah? You sure? It really looks like you were pretty. It's not me. Whatever you say. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. That's not joking, girl. That's just them bullying you and just being jerks. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes, albeit irregularly. She always vanished during breaks. I don't know where to, and I wouldn't dare ask. Something told me she'd say, none of your business if I did. And she'd be right. But even so, I kept imagining those scenarios in my head. Not just when I was being laughed at. I started doing it when I was walking home from school or to the store or just wandering the streets, killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. I thought about how interesting it would be if we had talked. I even tried to stay out longer. Started to take new routes. Or routes. Routes. I don't know. I always interchange between the two. It's embarrassing to think about it now. But... Ah! Ira. She just walks past me in the corridor. Not even a nod, not even a look in my direction. I guess I don't exactly stand out in the crowd, but... No, it's my fault for mumbling. I should have spoken louder. But even though it took all of my courage even though it just took all my courage just to muster that much, even though I definitely think she should have heard it. Hey, Vadim. What? Remember when I gave you 50 kopecks? I'm guessing kopecks? When I give you 50 kopecks, can I have it back? Huh? 50 kopecks? When was that again? Last Friday. Jesus. You remember things like that? Well, listen, man, if somebody gave you money, they're obviously gonna want to remember that. And I have it back. Man, I don't even remember taking it. You sure you're not making this up? Maybe you gave it to someone else. No, it was you. Jeez. I don't freaking know. It's half a ruble, Shabina. Who gives a shit? Yeah, why do you care so much? Money is money, my dude. Money is money. You pay up or I'll kick your ass. So petty. You probably just lost it or something. My eyes keep snapping to the doorway. It's empty, of course. What am I waiting for? Even if she showed up, what would she do? Mug him in front of everyone? That would be really funny. Hey, stop thinking that. Maybe he really did forget. Who knows? I really shouldn't be upset. It's not that much. You can go grocery shopping with that, but it's not the end of the world. Not exactly starving. Lately, I've been eating too much junk anyways. I'm not exactly starving. Lately, I've been eating too much junk anyways. Yeah. Maybe if I eat less of this stuff, my skin would clear up. That'd be nice. Asya, you don't use makeup at all, right? No, I don't. We're not allowed to, though. That sucks. What are you saying? They allowed it last year. Really? Nobody's gonna send you home for it, haha. Oh. That's good, I guess. Let me guess. She's gonna put up makeup. Like, they tell her that she's gonna put up makeup, and she's gonna be like, why are you putting makeup on? Go home and wash it off. And then it's gonna be like, oh, we lied, haha. She believed us. Bet you that's what's gonna happen. They seem like the type of assholes to do something like that. Oh, that's good, I guess. These girls rarely talk to me. They're usually pretty nice, though. At least when they're not joking along with the guys. I think one of them likes Vadim. She laughs a lot whenever he says anything to me. I suppose we have very different senses of humor. You never tried it before, yeah? Makeup? No, never. Seriously? You're like 15 already. 14. Same thing. I mean, it's a year difference. Whatever. You gotta learn to do it at some point. Especially with that complexion. High school people suck. Well, I'm not really... Hey, how about we help you out? Yeah. Just some light makeup. You'll see what it's like. I don't know. Come on, it's gonna be fun. You're gonna love it. Alright, but... Yay! Come here then. I don't think people do unpleasant things on purpose. Nobody wakes up in the morning with the goal to make somebody feel bad. Girl, you would not believe how untrue that is. There are some people that probably do wake up in the morning thinking like, yeah, I'm gonna make this person's life miserable. The stuff I've seen on Twitter. Oh god. I really believe that. If someone is doing something hurtful, they don't fully understand it. You poor, innocent, naive child. Protect Asia. She's too innocent for the real world. So I shouldn't wish bad things on people who don't really know they're being mean. I shouldn't wish for Ira to appear and interrupt them, or to scream at them, or punch them, or anything. I can still hear everyone laughing as I run out to the corridor. I'm covering my face. I don't need any teachers seeing me like that. At least the toilet's closed, so I can wash this mess off quickly. I'm guessing they, like, fucked up the makeup and made her look stupid or something. Ugh. I should stop falling for these pranks, but I fucking knew it. Just stop falling for these pranks, but bump. Sorry. I lift my face up without thinking. Oh no. Ugh. Hell? Ira jerks away from me. Can't blame her. I must look like an Jesus Christ. I must look like an insane person. Yeah, I look awful. God, I can't handle her looking at me like that. I'm sorry. Huh? I run past her. Run. I just need to get to the restroom. I just need to wash it off. After about a month, reality had dawned on me. I kept telling myself that Ira's actions had nothing to do with me. She told me that much, and in no uncertain terms. She said that, and I kept repeating it again and again and again and again. But I didn't believe it. On some level, I still held on to the faint hope that Ira pitied me, that she cared about me for God knows what reason. No, really, what was the reason? Her lashing out at the classmates she found annoying? One who just so happened to make fun of me? Her not joining in? Her telling me that she liked my writings? She didn't even say that much. She said they weren't... Oh, excuse me. She said they weren't stupid. Oi! Huh? 3 coins clink against my desk. 20, 20, 10. So he remembered? There. Thanks for the unforgettable night. Everyone around erupts a snick. Man, fuck this guy. You know, I kind of hope Vadim fucking dies. Kind of hope either Vadim. I kind of hope either Vadim gets the shit beaten out of him later on in this story, or I hope someone just kills him because I don't like him. Maybe by some miracle later on in the story he redeems himself and stops acting like a jerk, but right now I want every single bad thing to happen to this man. Everyone around erupts and snickers. Hey, you're a cheap deal. Jesus fucking Christ. You're freelance. My God. Nah, ha, ha. Very funny. It's not funny. I'm seriously getting pissed off. Very funny. Oh, please, Shabina, get a sense of humor. Dude, this is not something to joke about. I am seriously getting annoyed by this man. I want every single bad thing to happen to him. Oh, please, Shabina, get a sense of humor. Your face is dragging down the class morale. You know that the writer of this game did a good job, because I hate this man with a passion. Ha 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 ha. That's right. You're doing us all a disservice. Think of your classmates for once. All she does is think of you. I let myself believe something would change. Thought about it as if I deserved it. As if I didn't have it good enough before. As if my life had any real problems. I was just being greedy. Plain and simple. Getting my hopes up over some silly coincidence. It's all so stupid. I can't help but laugh. That's okay. I know better now. I was being ridiculous. It's shameful to admit to, but, better late than never, right? I got a little too caught up in my own little world. And, hey, even if it didn't amount to anything, I could still appreciate those little encounters with Ira for what they were. Brief, but wonderful moments. I could reminisce fondly about the one time I lucked out and saw Garin all scared and confused. Or that one time somebody gave my work a compliment, backhanded as it was. I could do that because everyone does that. Everyone has those little things that they look back on with a smile. It's beautiful in its own way, is it not? Our whole lives are a series of episodes, both good and bad. It doesn't matter if they grow into a bigger story, because each moment has a lot of merit of its own. It's something I should learn to be content with. It's something I've been perfectly content with until now. Until I decided that what I had wasn't enough. Speaking objectively, what is there to complain about? No, seriously. I live in the prettiest part of our vast country. I have a comfortable roof over my head and even my own room. I have two living parents. I have wonderful hobbies. Is it meant to be like living or loving? I would hope they're loving parents. I hope so. I have two living parents. I have wonderful hobbies to enjoy, paper to write on, books to read, TV to watch. I buy myself treats almost every day after I'm done with school. I have good grades, and teachers tell me I have great potential. My classmates also recognize how studious I am. I help them with their studies when they ask me to. That's right. I've got classmates that I can always talk to. Guys I can laugh along with, even if their jokes don't always land. Even if my sense of humor isn't the best. All of this, I have all of this. Right here, right now. Everything that a girl my age could ever ask for. I feel so bad for her because she's like deluding herself into thinking that her classmates are like... Her classmates are all just jerks. And she's deluding herself into thinking that's fine when it's not. And I hate that. All of this, I have all of this right here, right now. Everything that a girl my age could ever ask for. So why did I act as if that weren't enough? Because it's not. Whoa. You idiot! What? Why the hell do you always go along with some bullshit? I'm so... Ira looks like she's gonna slap me, but instead swings her boots against a snow hill. She then turns to me and starts roughly swinging clumps of snow stuck to my coat. My whole body feels slightly numb. When I start to speak, my voice comes out weaker than expected. Ira, how did you know I was here? Doesn't matter. I heard that asshole Garin giggling about it. Can you stand? Yeah. I clumsily get up. My limbs feel rigid. I know you shouldn't sit on concrete when it's cold. I wouldn't normally, but there was nowhere else to sit near the school's back entrance, and my legs were starting to get tired. I half-heartedly shake the snow off my skirt and tights. The flakes fall gently on the ground below. I look at Ira. Her face is, huh. The word concern flashed to my head, but I've already learned I'm no good at judgments like that. I shouldn't be presumptuous. It's a bad habit of mine. I shouldn't flatter myself. I shouldn't. But the question escapes before I manage to cut myself short. So why are you here? What do you mean, why? I told you, Garin was bragging about slipping you, that stupid letter. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Huh? Well, this doesn't have anything to do with you, does it? As soon as I said that out loud, I realized I messed up. I really did. Now she's gonna punch me. Ira's gonna punch me for real. She's gonna punch me and then never speak to me again. I don't even say sorry, I just brace myself for the incoming blow. Physical, verbal, I don't care. I've earned it. No, not really. Huh? It doesn't concern me at all. It's just annoying. Is that so? Yeah. You pissed me off. And you pissed me off too. I don't freaking get you. You knew it wasn't real. There's no way you believed that, right? Right? I didn't believe it. I'm not that stupid. I looked down at the moist and crumpled letter I forgot I was still holding. It's the oldest trick in the book. A love letter prank? Really? Who would fall for that? I stare at the shriveled up piece of paper and something about its whole existence feels extremely sad to me. You want to burn it? Huh? I have matches. Oh. No thanks. It's wet anyway. I folded the lever and shoved it in my pocket. It'll get damp inside, but I don't care. I can't throw it away. A fake confession is still a confession in the end. Those words didn't choose to be written insincerely. It's okay. Even if this whole thing isn't real, I met Ira today. And Ira came. After all these weeks of praying, Ira came. Thank you. I smile at her. Even after I said I had come to terms with it, no. Right as I was saying it to you, to myself, to the world, I knew that I was lying. I couldn't throw away that last dumb scrap of hope I had. That small involuntary thought that crept into my mind whenever I felt slightly lonelier than usual. Even if it took so long, she finally came. I didn't do anything, really. Flustered. I was flustered. Is she flustered? Really? That's cute. That's just so cute. Huh? What's with you? Ah, right, I'm grinning like an idiot. Sorry, I'm fine. Whatever. I'm going home. What? Already? Ira gives me a quick once-over. You... take care. Oh, yeah, okay. Bye-bye. We wave at each other and I watch her disappear behind the corner. I hesitate. Maybe I shouldn't. It feels like there's still so much I want to say to her. I don't know what or why, but I just know that it's a lot. I turn and walk a couple steps in the direction of my home. No. Change my mind. I run back. Crap, my legs are still so stiff. I turn the same corner I passed not even a minute ago, and... she's already gone. I sigh. Snow here isn't deep enough to leave clear footprints. Not that I'd be desperate enough to follow. Why does she always leave in such a rush? It's okay. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way, sat through the lessons, then went to the store, then to the library or for a walk, and then when it got dark I headed home, day after day. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes, albeit irregularly. She always vanished during breaks. I don't know where to, and I wouldn't dare ask. Something told me she'd say, "None of your business." If I did, she'd be right. But even so, I kept imagining those scenarios in my head. Not just when I was being laughed at. I did it when I was just walking home from school, or to the stores, or just wandering the streets, killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira, about how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started to take new routes. And as naive as it was to behave that way, I kept doing it. Again and again. Walking and walking. Praying and praying. Tisk. Do you assholes ever shut up? You know, we're gonna stop it there because I've been recording for quite a while. Just make sure. Is there... yeah, let's go to title. Sure. Okay. Alright. So now we're gonna end it here. We're gonna end it here for this episode of Z.A.T.O. I love everything in the world in it. I'm very, very interested in how this story is going. I'm very interested. I've been loving the music so far. The characters are interesting, even though Vadim pisses me off to no end, and I hope he gets what he deserves. I am interested in seeing how this story goes. And, yeah. So, that's it for this episode. I will see you all again next time. This is TitansBane signing out. Take care, and goodbye.